Well, I know Mouse Sports win this map, and I know they win this map pretty easily, so let's see what happens. Let's see if Mouse just has the right calls or somebody goes off. I didn't get a chance to watch this live, so this is all new to me. I know that in general, Device had himself a finals. Interesting setup by Astralis in this pistol round. It's interesting that they didn't try that B-bomb site more, because they're walking right into a pincer from Mouse. They had complete control of Banana and they decided to back off, but it's not like Dupree and Zip were really doing a whole lot. They weren't even in apartments. They couldn't have got that much information. I don't know, it's a pistol. Pistols are weird. You can't really treat a pistol like a normal round because it isn't one. Yeah, Mouse had frozen alone on that B-bomb site. If Astralis had just kind of walked in, they would have at least been able to take it. Yeah, and unfortunately for the fully Danish team, didn't get many kills, so they're just going full eco on the second round. Which is odd, because you oftentimes see a lot of Ts being able to at least get a partial buy-in. I mean, you can kind of see how bad of a round that was. Well, Mouse Sports is gambling that Astralis isn't going to run through apartments, which looks like it's paying off because... Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like this call. I mean, once again, I know that they're only on pistols. I know that Astralis is only on pistols that round, but they did end up basically handshaking on, alright, we'll just shoot at each other from different positions in Banana, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top. I mean, I know that this map doesn't have a ton of tactical depth, especially when you have no utility, but I don't know, that just didn't... Something about that round didn't feel right to me. Alright, Mouse coming out with another completely different look on the CT side. Good execute by Astralis, get the right trades in. Alright, Frozen gets kill down. Yeah, man, I gotta say, even though Kerrigan didn't get any kills, he had a major impact that round. He kind of allowed Frozen to get those 2 kills and stop Astralis from planting the bomb. That's real good stuff by him.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, man, that was good stuff by Mouse Sports. I really like that B defense. One of those things that doesn't show up on the scoreboard, doesn't show up in ADR either, but Kerrigan made a hell of a play in order to get Frozen 2 kills. It looks like Mouse is going with the idea of if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Very similar setup to what they had the last round. Although it looks like Astralis might get lucky this time and Kerrigan was caught in the wrong spot on the map. Oh, I can already tell Frozen is having himself a game. Yeah, Astralis can't get onto the site. They don't have control of the site, I should say. Even though they got guys on the site, that doesn't mean they don't have control. That doesn't mean that they have control, because they don't. Mouse is still controlling the important angles. Wow, that was a good prediction from Device, who suddenly is on 4 kill. Wow. They must have been setting him up something nice. And he's going to make the long trek around to A. Gutsy call. A little bit safer in a 1 versus 1, though. And I think Rob's just realized that he got duped.
Bomb has been planted.
I mean, these 1v1 situations, it's going to come down to who makes the wrong move at the wrong time, or who makes the right move at the right time. Well, what did I say? Rops is having himself a game. Yeah, 8-0. And Device is the only one on Astralis that's even close to putting up decent fragging numbers. Another similar look coming out of Mouse. Once again, Astralis is just kind of foregoing the first mid. They're really prioritizing keeping Zip alive, which is understandable. You got to give the Clutch Minister his opportunities. It just feels like Astralis has been playing very safe so far. They're not really taking a whole lot of risks. Alright, okay, this is good adaptation. Went with that B-bomb site hit. Yeah, Kerrigan's not getting the information that Astralis is actually trying to get on that bomb site, so he's going to rotate around back. Good veteran play by Kerrigan, not getting baited into that. Yeah, Mouse is kind of keeping their cool. Now, are the terrorists even going to be able to get the bomb down?
Bomb has been planted.
Good. Give them a little chunk of change at the very least, even if they don't end up winning this round. Well, he wasn't even checking apartments. Yeah. Wow, Rops is heating up. 12-0. He just can't miss this round, this map. Doing everything right. Five AKs here. Man, if it were one round sooner, Mouse might have been able to... Yeah, here we go. Astralis is going with their defaults once again. They've had on this map. Zip is playing even more safe. Yeah, they found Dupree. Lurking in second mid. Yeah, I think Kerrigan has this predicted. Considering Bymass and Rops pushed up with that information and nobody else was looking mid at all. And Astralis did give away a sound cue. So you gonna push through the smoke? They still haven't managed to find Rops. Or, not Rops, that's Frozen in that position. Alright, they finally found him, but then it's Device all alone versus 2. Mouse is putting himself in good position to survive these onslaughts. I'd also have to look at the executes, but it seems like Astralis, because they're always a man down, is missing a molly that will flush one of the guys out of the back of B. I also think it's because so far they haven't really prioritized Coffin, because what a lot of the standard thinking on this map is that you have somebody on Coffin, so when that standard B hit comes in, the Coffin player can just kind of back up and save the gun or try for a retake from that position. And it seems like Mouse is foregoing that knowledge and they're standing closer to the front of the site, and they're basically saying, hey, here we are, either you're going to win these aim duels or we are, but either way somebody's going to get fragged. Which is what I think more teams need to be doing on this map. One of the reasons why I didn't get to see this live is because I was watching Flashpoint 2, and one of the reasons why I think VP1 is a lot of teams were completely unwilling to put up an honest B defense on this map, which is why VP was so good on this map in that tournament. Is a lot of teams were opting to play it very safe. The second that execute came in, they just backed off, played for a retake, but by that point in time, VP usually either had a man advantage or they could just play even and trade frag. And by that in time, the map was already over. You see this round, it looks like Astralis were able to get more of it on that A bomb site. But my point is, for the B bomb site defense on this map, because it's so cost prohibitive for counter-terrorists to keep control of Banana through the round, you're basically either spending a lot of utility or you're opening yourself up to other places on the map. It's nice to see that there's a team that's playing that B bomb site defense with a little bit more aggression. So Astralis taking a timeout, getting their bearings together. No, Mousesport's taking a timeout, getting their bearings back together. Having to talk about what they just saw. Got another different look. Chris J, a little bit of roaming off going on. Yeah, Strauss once again is just committing to this default setup. Yeah, this time they're able to make the prediction. We got a standoff at apartments. Who's gonna blink first? Well, looks like Zip got the best of that. And that basically was the word go for Astralis. And nobody can get Biomass through the smoke. Biomass manages to get 3 through the smoke. Wow. That is some glaive level stuff. Wow, nice frag. Wow, I mean, that was a hero hole. Biomass was the only one that could have realistically done anything. The fact that he managed to get 3 kills through the smoke there. I mean, I want to say that's incredible, but that's more on luck than it is genuine skill. I don't know, it's cool when you see that, but it's cool to see that as a fan, especially against Astralis, because I know there's a lot of fans that would probably love to see Astralis get killed through the smoke more often. It's just when I'm kind of looking at this from a tactics perspective, it's just if you're Mousesports, you can't ever bank on the fact that Biomass is going to be able to get kills like that every round. Well, Astralis is doing things the right way. It just seems like they're getting out-fragged this map.
Bomb has been planted.
Little taste of what Train was like, just on the opposite sides. Alright, now they got the information on the Ooh, missed Molly by Magisk. Doesn't look like it's gonna matter though. They know where Chris J is. They should be able to put this away. And they do. Get their second round on the board. Now we're seeing the Astralis timeout. Let's see if they throw a different look in early in the round. Yeah, I wonder if this call right here. Ooh. Nice push-up by Bymass. Astralis was not expecting that at all. Well, Kerrigan got the better of that. Although it looked right there like that was the Peeker's advantage, even though Kerrigan was on the CT side. Because this was played online, so Peeker's advantage is much more obvious in this version.
Counter-terrorists win.
Then just Astralis at that point in time was shut down. I really like what I'm seeing out of Mouse Sports on this map. They're the right fraggers, the guys that they need to show up are really showing up. They haven't done a whole lot on this CT side, but they really haven't had a need to. Well, Astralis trying some trickery. I can't blame them. More or less upgraded pistols, doing whatever they can to try to trick Mouse. Looks like it doesn't work. Man, Mouse has just had that B-bomb site on lockdown. Just on lockdown. Astralis can't even get in on the sites. Alright, Mouse showing something a little bit different, although Kerrigan gets found out. I'm not sure that I agree with that second op, and I'm also not sure that it's Kerrigan that should be pushing up like that. I mean, I get it in that you want to get your IGL the information. Kind of like an old, Luminosity SK MIBR play with Fallen, where you push up with the Opper and he either gets the information or he gets the kill, but either way it helps your team out. Good round, and they finally cracked that B-bomb site. Let's see if Mouse makes an adaptation. Could just be a one-off, though. Once again, pretty similar stuff coming out from both of these teams. Kerrigan with the early rotate this time. Yeah, I don't know if Mouse is going to be fooled by that again. Yeah, they're not. I'm not sure what Astralis is up to this round. They're playing these T-sides very passively. Didn't check that corner position. Yeah, it's all going wrong. It's all going horribly wrong. Man, Strauss is not playing this map well, and this is a map that has historically been excellent for them. It's making a lot of mistakes, it seems, and they're playing very passively. I know the sort of bread and butter of this team is the CT side. That's where, especially during their, you know, their quote-unquote era, they were absolutely god-like CT side players, but they had great terrorist sides as well, and they're just being very passive. It looks like all their executes are fine. It doesn't look like that's the issue. It just looks like Mouse has all the information they need. Alright, this is well, I was about to say, that was a good little mini adaptation with, you know, a mini substrat within the greater strat, is that they got Dupree to wander to the other side. And even though Astralis was kind of baiting them to seem like they were only on the other side of the wall, unfortunately Mouse Sports didn't fall for the bait. And they're running the clock down again, and I'm not really sure what for. They finally get control of mid, and then they give it up to fake an A-bomb hit, and, well, looks like it could work out. Well, they got the rotation call. It's going to be all on Bymass. Well, I don't even know what you can do if you're Astralis there. You made exactly the right call. You even got Mouse to call that rotate, and Bymass just made a hero play. I don't know what to say. Mouse is just playing this excellent. It just seems like everything they're doing is working. It's... I don't know, maybe it's just because Astralis are this far behind on this map, but maybe it seems to me like Glaive is getting inside his own head a little bit. Like, it seems like they're just being a little bit too coy with these executes, that they're, you know, running an execute here, and then they're trying to fake something on the other side of the map, and they're running around. I feel like Inferno is a map that's best if you just kind of... you run your strats, so to speak. At least I feel like that's the best version of this map. There's plenty of maps where you want to be having that kind of boxing match of the game within the game. I'm not sure if this is it, though. Once again, all the right trades coming in from all sports. Good HE grenade. Wow. Man, that utility damage still just deadly. Man, Biomass having the game of his life. You love to see it, though. Wow. You love to see it. The young guns, the up-and-comers. It's nice that he's got to work with Kerrigan thus far in his career. We'll see what happens to Kerrigan after this. Seems very likely that he's leaving this Mouse Sports team. So let's see what Mouse Sports does on the T side in this half that Astralis does not. Mouse is running a very similar setup. Very similar setup. Astralis with that man advantage, they can play with the map a little bit. Looks like they're going to do just that. Yeah, it looks like they've got all the info they need to know that this is going to be an A-bomb site hit. Alright, Astralis is managing to trade pretty well considering they don't have any guns. I mean, this is good stuff coming in from both teams, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, Glaive's not in a good position to win this round. I mean, this is exactly the inverse of the first map. It seems like both teams are making really good calls. Both of the IGLs have got good plays in mind. They're running their strats pretty well. It seems like this time Mouse is just coming up on the other end of these trades. Yeah, just like that. Good push from Kerrigan. Running headlong through a smoke and just getting that kill. Although on the other side of the map, Glaive pushes himself up. These IGLs are going, we're not just brains. We got wrists too.
Bomb has been planted.
Good push up by Kerrigan just to get the last of this little bit of information. Astralis trying to hold on to that one gun that they managed to pick up. Just a very crisp round by Mouse Sports. Not really a whole lot else to say. They basically did everything right. Now you can see Mouse is only pushing up to get information with ROPS. That's it. And he's even kind of giving up that second mid to go first mid. Alright, Astralis with the information call. Going to let Zip push up and pull everybody else A. Once again though, Mouse with the right trading. Yeah, now they've got the B bomb site open. Oh no, they don't. Device closes it off. Man, this is good stuff by both teams here. They're both recognizing where they're weak, where the other team is weak, where the other players are likely to be. Yeah, not much to do there. Not much you could do. Zip by himself again, 1 versus 3, although this would be the clutch of all clutches if he could somehow manage to pull this off. Mouse is in really good shape. Yeah, they'd shut it down before it even starts. I mean, just a really good map by Mouse Sports in general. I thought that they had all the right calls. They had the right fraggers show up. I mean, Rops and even Bymass were the big standouts, but I thought Kerrigan did his job super well. I think just about everybody showed up on that for Mouse. It's not like it was a terrible map either. Like, Astralis was trying to do some things on the CT side to stay in. It was just kind of, they gave up too many rounds on the other half. I felt like their T sides were a little bit more stale. And the only reason I say that instead of saying Mouse Sports did anything particularly well, I mean, Mouse Sports had some decent rotations, but it was mostly them kind of being in the right place at the right time and the right fragger showing up. And I don't think they did anything super special.